Hey everybody, it's Miss Kristen here to talk a little bit more about the liturgical calendar. So we have officially wrapped up our Easter season and we are in a new season this week, which is so exciting. But before we get into the new season, whenever we change up what season we're in, I like to do a quick review of what we have done for this whole year. So, when we started this fall, we were in the big chunk of ordinary time, and we were about 3/4 of the way into it, and we learned all about what ordinary time was and how the green that ordinary time is represented by symbolizes growing, and it's important for us to have this time in our Christian faith to grow after the bigger seasons that come about in the liturgical calendar. We then moved on to our 4 weeks of Advent, which is a blue season. It is blue because Mary wears the color blue and because it's the color of dawn. This is the 4-week preparation season while we get ready for Jesus' birth. This is followed by the Christmas season, which varies in how long it is depending on what church you go to. For us, we just did it for 1 week. It is represented by white or it can be represented by yellow, but white is a celebration color in the ancient Christian times. We then moved on to ordinary time where we took a little break to grow and take in that knowledge of Jesus being born into the world. During this time, we kind of focus a little bit on Epiphany and what that means. After that, we moved into Lent, which is our very 6-week somber, serious season, where we represent that season in the color purple. Purple because purple is a royal color, and Jesus was the King of Kings. In that 6 weeks, we learned about Jesus' miracles, we set goals for ourselves, and we learned about the amazing but also tragic story of Jesus' life. In the last week of the Lent season, we talked about the Holy Week, which is a red week in which Jesus shows up on a donkey in Jerusalem. It's Palm Sunday. He has the Last Supper. He says goodbye to the disciples. He dies on Good Friday. And we move into the Easter season where he is resurrected. He literally rises from the dead. This is a 7-week, once again, white or yellow season because it's the celebration season. This is where we learned where Jesus went and what it really meant for him to rise from the dead. And so now that we have learned all that, we are in the season of Pentecost. Now, Pentecost is a 1-week season that is represented by the color red, and it is an extremely important holiday. And in fact, it is just as important as Christmas and Easter. Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost are the 3 pivotal or most important holidays in the Christian religion. So I want you to pause me for a minute and ask yourselves, what is Pentecost? What does it mean? And why do we celebrate it? So pause me and see if you can answer those questions. All right. You might have found when you paused me and you were trying to think of what Pentecost was, that you were at a loss. And no worries. This is not uncommon. In fact, a lot of people, even a lot of Christians, have no idea what Pentecost is, when it happens, why we celebrate it, or what's important about it. So you are not alone. But let me tell you why Pentecost is so important. Pentecost is important because it is literally the birthday of the church. It is the birth of the Christian religion. We celebrate and worship and practice the Christian faith like we do only because of Pentecost, only because of the day that Christianity started and it spread like wildfire and has continued to spread throughout history. And if it weren't for that pivotal day, that moment, we would not be here doing what we're doing, listening to this video of me, any of it. So it is so important. Just like Christmas is the birth of Jesus, Pentecost is the birth of the Christian faith. So on this Pentecost season, make a cake. Say happy birthday, church. Happy birthday, Christian faith. And celebrate. And in the next video, we're going to go into the particulars, right? We're going to get into the details about what actually happened on Pentecost and certain symbols that are associated or are connected with Pentecost.